are achieved thanks to the refined six-cylinder engine, providing a spirited yet composed ride and drive.
Once inside, the attention to safety and security is obvious. Toyota infused the interior with top-shelf amenities, such as one-touch window functionality, a tachometer, skid plates, available built-in shock absorbers, and a split-fold rear seat. The optional rear-view camera helps you see what's behind you when reversing.
The available JBL audio system plays the 6-disc CD changer through 11 powerful speakers and subwoofer. Toyota ensures the safety and security of its passengers with equipment such as dual front impact airbags with occupant sensing airbag, head curtain airbags, traction control, brake assist, anti-whiplash front head restraints, ignition disabling, and four-wheel disc brakes with ABS. For added security, dynamic stability control supplements the drivetrain.
The 2011 Toyota FJ Cruiser. Pure practicality in a stylish package.
35 years later, it took 35 years to add 11 million people to our population, if you believe the numbers. And in 8 short months, Biden has added 1 million people to that number. So yeah, it's astronomical.
Brandon, some people think this is almost on purpose because of an open border policy.
I mean, there's obviously an open border policy. What that purpose is, I would surely be speculating. I don't mind speculating. I just want everybody to understand that I'm doing that. I don't have evidence of this. Yeah, I do believe that the people in this administration want our immigration system to fail. They want it to fail probably for a number of reasons. Maybe that's voters. Maybe that's just to try to push immigration reform. There could be a number of reasons. But yeah, I do believe that they want it to fail. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I just reading your opinion piece at Fox News, and you're basically trying to think of some defunding police movement.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look at this administration, they're pandering to their base, and their base wants police to go away. That's why they're criticizing the Border Patrol right now. You know, it's amazing that they cherry pick the pictures. They show the front view of the picture, and by that front view, it looks like that issue is being hit by the reins of the Border Patrol. But then you get the other views, and it is clear none of these people were struck by these reins. Yet you've got Vice President Harris that has come out and already condemned those agents. You've got Jen Psaki that has also condemned those agents. Of course, I mean, there's got to be a purpose behind what they're doing, you know. But the problem with that is when you have the White House that is criticizing and condemning agents for doing their job, they acted within their training, the same training that is taking place with new Border Patrol agents under the Biden administration. They acted under that training, and now they're being criticized. Why would we want to do our job?
They don't carry whips.
No, they're reins. They're reins, and the reins aren't long enough to actually strike people. But regardless, nobody was struck. Nobody was injured. The agents did their jobs as they're trained, yet they were still criticized by the White House.
Boy, morale's got to be pretty low right now with all this going on.
Again, why do our job? I mean, that's what agents are thinking. I mean, if they go out and they do their job and they do it well, they're going to be put under investigation. I mean, again, do they want us just to be there just for show, but not actually apprehend people? I don't know.
Well,
you answer that.
What was the biggest policy change between Trump and Biden that added the most to this catastrophe?
The catch and release. Bringing back the catch and release magnet. So President Trump, he had his problems with illegal immigration. He tried to work with Congress. Congress didn't work with him, didn't pass the laws to close the immigration loopholes. So there were a large number of people that were crossing in 2019. President Trump recognized that. He spoke with the experts like myself, and I'm not trying to give myself a big head, but he spoke with the experts. The experts said you've got to end catch and release, and he did that. He forced Mexico, through the threat of tariffs, he forced them to take people back that crossed our borders illegally. The Remain in Mexico program, it stopped the catch and release. Nobody was being released into the country anymore, and that dropped illegal immigration exponentially to 45-year lows. And the reason it did that is nobody's going to be willing to pay cartels if they know that they're going to be deported. This administration isn't deporting people, and that's the reason the cartels are making billions upon billions of dollars.
So we enable this huge profit machine that the cartels have.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we are enabling that.
Right.
So what's going to be done with these 12,000 Haitians? I guess they are being sent back?
There are some. It's on a case-by-case basis. The problem is nobody knows what the rules are. Nobody understands the rules. So with the Haitians being sent back, they had to cancel the flight to Guatemala and redirect them to Haiti. So now the Guatemalans are being released. So if you look at the total number, when we say we had over 200,000 apprehensions, that doesn't mean that we apprehended 200,000 different people. We apprehend some of the same people over and over and over again. But if we make 200,000 apprehensions, we're probably dealing with about 120,000 people. Of those 120,000 people that we deal with, between 60 and 70% of them are being released under the catch and release program. So those are very good odds. If you're somebody that's going to want to travel to the country illegally, and you're not able to evade apprehension, but you've got a 70% chance of being released, why aren't you going to try?
And I guess this word travels quickly to foreign countries and to the cartels.
Oh, social media is everywhere. Social media isn't just in the United States. It's throughout the country. These people that are crossing the border illegally, the vast majority of people that we encounter have cell phones. So social media, the word gets back immediately what's going on. And the thing is even if we start deporting this particular group, all they do is go hit other areas. They're going to start going to California. In fact, we've already seen an uptick in people giving up in California. I don't have these numbers confirmed, but I am getting reports that we've already apprehended more than 1,000 patients in Yuma. Just right across the California-Arizona border. So yeah, it just spreads. If they start getting deported in Del Rio, they're just going to move to other locations where they're not going to be deported.
I saw 97% of the Haitians were not even living in Haiti. They were living all over South America, like Brazil and Chile and everywhere else. How did they all move at the same time from Haiti? This is about 200 countries in the world.
No, they knew what was happening. They knew what was going on. They knew the catch and release program was going. They also knew that Haitian nationals were giving what's called temporary protected status due to the upheaval in the government there, the assassination of the president. So our government gave what's called temporary protected status. Well, that ended. The temporary protected status ended about 3 weeks ago, but they were already on their way when they heard about it, and they're not going to turn back. So they're going to continue to come, and then they're going to claim asylum in hopes of being released.
Last question, Brandon. This 600,000 people that have been caught and released into the U.S., any kind of COVID-19 precautions taken there with vaccinations and tests?
No, not at all. Not at all. We don't test. So the Border Patrol does not test people when we apprehend them unless they're going to be held in custody. If they're going to be held in custody, they get tested. If they're going to be released, they don't get tested. They get turned over to non-governmental organizations like Catholic Charities. They're supposed to test them, but the people that are released to them, once they're out of our custody, they're free. They're free to go. They've been given a de facto legal status. They don't have to accept any tests from Catholic Charities. If they don't want to take a test, they don't have to take the test. So no, we have no precautions in place whatsoever for those that are released against COVID-19 to protect our citizens.
All right, Brandon, always good to talk to you. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. You guys have a good day.
All right, Brandon Judd is president of the National Border Patrol Council, representing the rank-and-file Border Patrol agents. More coming up. John and Kane, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
The FDA has approved giving Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine booster shots to senior citizens and others at high risk from the virus. LAX is developing an earthquake early warning system to give people a few extra seconds before the ground starts to shake. The Angeles National Forest will reopen at midnight after being closed since the beginning of the month as a precaution against wildfire danger. We will go to the 5 and we will check in with C, KFI in the Sky next.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Now, second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So, refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fixed at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation and the Financing Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at law. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
Providing scalable HR services, employee benefits, payroll, and HR technology for 30-plus years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
Southland weather from KFI sunny tomorrow, highs mid-80s to mid-90s. This report brought to you by Insperity. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. It's slow on the 5 in Sun Valley.
This is the northbound side. Watch for delays here away from Lankershim, taking you all the way to the 14 freeway. We've got Mike O'Brien taking a look at Cerritos. KFI in the Sky, sponsored by Injury Attorney, Superwoman, Superlawyer.com.
Yeah, it's a big problem here off the 91. 91 westbound, it looks like the Pioneer off-ramp is closed with the firefighters mopping up a small brush fire there. Fire is completely out, but with that ramp blocked, it's causing extra confusion there. Bumper to bumper into Bueno Park, Buena Park, and it's not so bueno there. Now, there's a problem I'm seeing on the 605. 605 northbound, little past 360 interchange. Looks like a new problem here at the number 2 lane. Very tough on that stretch, on and off the brakes essentially for the 105. Southbound side of the 605, you're loading up here just off the 60. That's going to be tough most of the way through the 5. Injured in an accident? Visit Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
In Diamond Bar, there's 57 northbound slowing down at Diamond Bar Boulevard. Delays taking you ahead to the 10. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Grocery Outlet. Did you know that your local grocery outlet is independently owned and operated by folks in your community? This allows them to better serve their customers and give back to their communities. Stop by your local grocery outlet today.
Are you thinking about selling your house or your condo fast and easy and you don't want all the headaches, but just thinking about everything you have to do stresses you out? Well, what if I told you you don't need to stress because you can let Seller's Advantage do it all? They will buy your home as is for cash. Yes, you heard that right, as is for cash. And the best part is you don't have to hold those open houses, so no strangers will be walking through your home and touching all your stuff up. There are also no realtor fees or commissions, no escrow fees, and you don't have to repair anything. Damon and Doug from Seller's Advantage will do all that for you. They just bought a house from one of our KFI listeners. The owner wanted to sell his house, so of course he met with a couple of real estate agents and then met with Seller's Advantage. He compared all the numbers. Yep, he got the best deal with Seller's Advantage. So if you're thinking about selling your home, give Seller's Advantage a call and see how much your house is worth. Call now for your free quote. Call 888-321-AS-IS. Call 888-321-AS-IS. That's 888-321-AS-IS. Or go to sellersadvantage.com. That's sellersadvantage.com. BRE number 01961658.
So you love those Solar Max panels, right?
I write Valentine's Day cards to my solar panels even when it's not Valentine's Day.
Meant to be together?
Absolutely. Solar Max has a brand new offer as well. They have the new Tesla 420 panels and power walls for $79.96 per month and $0 down.
Call pound 250 from your cell phone. Say that keyword Solar Max. Pound 250. Say Solar Max or go to SolarMaxTech.com.
Monthly payment available on approved credit. See SOB number 972-048.
Want a new set of wheels without spending hours at car dealerships? Download the Roto app. That's R-O-D-O. You can browse thousands of vehicles from your phone, buy a car in minutes, and even have it delivered. Plus, Roto finds every discount available, so you know you're always getting the best price, with no hidden fees. Listen, if you're ready to buy a car, make it easy on yourself and go with Roto. Download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's ROTO.com.
Income-eligible renters impacted by COVID-19 can now get 100% of their past due rent and utility bills paid through the California COVID-19 Rent Relief Program. Landlords with tenants who haven't paid rent because of COVID-19 are eligible for 100% reimbursement too. The application is fast, your information is private, and you won't be asked about citizenship. Apply at housingiskey.com before eviction protections end on September 30th. Brought to you by the California Department of Housing and Community Development.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Make your dream vacation a reality with Norwegian Cruise Line and sail to the Caribbean, Europe, and more. With our leading health and safety program, you can cruise with the ultimate freedom and confidence. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, and much more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry to Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Join KFI and Thrill Seekers at the Afterburner Music Festival at the Pacific Air Show in Huntington Beach, October 1st and 2nd. This year's event will feature performances by Sammy Hagar and the Circle, Sam Hunt, ex-ambassadors, and more. Get your tickets now at AfterburnerMusicFestival.com. KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
John Cobell and Ken Champois. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, making news this afternoon, the FDA did say okay to the third booster shot for the Pfizer vaccine for people who are 65 and older and who have those medical conditions and also frontline workers, kind of what we saw at the beginning of the vaccine distribution earlier this year. So they made it official this afternoon. We were just talking to Brandon Judd with the National Border Patrol Council, the union for Border Patrol agents. He was in Del Rio, Texas, talking to us. I don't know, John, if you've seen the pictures that the wonderful Daily Mail website has put up about the conditions for the migrants under that bridge. It's you should take a look at the Daily Mail. It's unbelievably.
I haven't seen the Daily
Daily
Mail.
Mail. Is an understatement. It's just a lot of trash and it's ugly. The Associated Press did a story.
Oh my God, gee.
That there probably is a catch and release situation going on here too. We asked Brandon Judd what's going to happen with the 12,000, whatever it is, Haitian migrants under the bridge, and the Biden administration is trying to tell people, and the Homeland Security Secretary, well, they're going to be deported. Not going to come here. We're going to send you back. But there are reports that by the thousands, some are being released into the United States. Some people who follow this claim that there's a black box around this. They can't get any information as to how these people are being processed, how many are being taken to be deported versus how many are being released.
You know what's crazy? First of all, the pictures of the garbage are unbelievable. I don't understand. If the Biden administration wants to expand migration, right? That's why are they doing it this way? Because they're creating disgusting, dangerous situations.
It's having an open border without officially saying so. Just doing it without enforcement.
This eventually is going to come back at us. If you want to have an open border, you need to have an organized open border. You need to change the laws.
Right. Instead, we just do lax enforcement.
But this is creating
and release.
This is creating a catastrophe. This is one of those horrible things that's ever occurred on U.S. land. This is unbelievable. I mean, the garbage, the filth.
So it looks like, from this reporting I'm looking at, the ones that are being actually physically deported on flights back to Haiti or otherwise are single male adults. Children, pregnant women, people with medical issues, they're being led, and unaccompanied children, they're exempt from the expulsion flights on the humanitarian grounds. That's what people think is going on. I know that may be true because a couple of stories I saw involving some Haitian migrants who got into scuffles were young men. They were sent back on a flight and they were fighting with a couple of border agents.
Here's how this is playing with the public. Gallup has a poll out this week. 81% say that illegal immigration is either a critical or an important issue. 81%. And half the country is very dissatisfied or somewhat dissatisfied with the current level of immigration. 74% say the situation at the Mexican border is either a crisis or a major problem. And that was before the Haitian story. So all those numbers are going to go up even more now. Because there isn't anybody sane who can approve of what's happening with the Haitians. It's cruel to them there. It is. And then you're sending them back to the country that these people haven't been to in 10 or 15 years now. They should never have come. They're all at fault for coming here. But good Lord.
You also need to tell us the truth. How many are you actually deporting versus how many are you releasing into the U.S.? They're trying to tell us publicly that they're deporting everybody, but it doesn't work that way.
What a bunch. I mean, Biden, has got dementia.
Because I hate to say this, but once other Haitian families find out that some got caught and released into the U.S., they're just going to keep coming.
What a bunch of dumb plucks in this administration. They really have no idea what they're doing. They're just creating ridiculous... I mean, they're just coming off the Afghanistan mess.
Making it up as they go along.
But, I mean, it's like every decision is a bad one. All right, we got more coming up. John and Ken, Kfi, Deborah Marquez News.
Black leaders in the LA area are calling on Governor Newsom to sign a police reform bill. The measure would create a process to strip police of certifications if they are convicted of serious crime or are fired for misconduct. Reverend Jonathan Mosley with National Action Network West says he wants the governor to sign the bill quickly.
We don't want recycled law officers that are rogue officers going from one department to the other.
The governor has until October 10th to sign the bill. National forests in Southern California closed because of the critical fire danger are about to reopen.
We raised our fire danger for last week to critical. Today we lowered it to extreme.
Andrew Mitchell with the U.S. Forest Service says closure orders for the Angeles, Los Padres, San Bernardino, and Cleveland National Forests will expire just before midnight.
There are still some closures that are in effect. For instance, the Bobcat fire closure, which obviously took effect after the fire last year. And that still remains in effect until April of 2022.
He says people should be cautious when visiting the forest to help prevent wildfires. The news is brought to you by Choice Administrators Insurance. A teenager has been killed in a drive-by shooting at a school bus stop in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher says it breaks his heart.
And even the most caring words seem inadequate in offering solace to a family suffering such irreplaceable loss.
2 other kids at the bus stop got hurt in the shooting. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has gone to the White House to talk trade with President Biden.
The Biden administration is not doing free trade deals around the world right now, but I've got absolutely every confidence that a great deal is there to be done.
He says what the UK will get is the lifting of a decades-old ban on lamb exports to the U.S.
The people of the United States will be supplied a lot by Britain and fantastic juicy cuts of Welsh lamb and everything else.
President Biden has shown little interest in negotiating a trade deal with Britain, partly over concerns of a possible post-Brexit border closure in Ireland. We have a crash on the 57 in Pomona.
The sun is along the northbound side, right at the 10th freeway. That is where the 2 right lanes are blocked and is affecting the connector to the 10 eastbound. Right now I'm seeing a backup getting away from just about coming away from Temple Avenue, but overall flowing for that 57 northbound, loading up away from almost out of Brea. So it's flowing in stretches that whole way. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com. He's got industry.
And a little snag here, Angel for the 605. 605 northbound, a little past the 60. Running out of the middle lanes on that one. That is adding to a very tough drive that does start way back at the 105. Now, the northbound, or should say the southbound side of that 605, that loads up right off the 10. From the 10, you'll be on the brakes at some sort of speed there with moderate to heavy stuff almost all the way through the 5. Also around the corner, looks like the 5 southbound is Lakewood Rosie. Still with a problem there really in the middle lanes. I'm not sure which lane's blocked, but I can tell you this, it's bumper to bumper there from East LA interchange. Injured in an accident? Visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the sky.
The game starts pretty soon at Dodger Stadium, and that's why all roads leading into Chavez Ravine are pretty jam-packed right now. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
Termites love Southern California, and there are two kinds of termite seasons here. One, well, it's here all year long, and two, it's really termite season, and that's what's going on right now. If you see those little bugs flying around or what looks like small pieces of sawdust on the floor, termites. And I'm going to suggest you call Pacific Coast Termite for a free home inspection. Now, certain restrictions apply. When you use Pacific Coast Termite, no tenting, no double bagging your food, no pet sitting. I've tented before. It is a nightmare. You do not want to go there. You can actually be home while Pacific Coast Termite does its work. Try doing that with a tent over your house. Mention KFI, get 10% off termite treatments, 2-year guarantee on their work. Call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com.
Pacific Coast Termite, kills termites.
The clean, friendly way.
Southland weather from KFI. Sunny and cooler tomorrow. Low to mid-70s for the beaches. Low to mid-80s for Metro LA. Mid-80s to mid-90s in the valleys. Upper 80s for Inland OC. Low to mid-90s in the IE. We leave local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Deborah Marks.
MyCalChoice.com, a California different approach to healthcare. You got dreams. Maybe you want to refinance so you can start those home improvement payments paying off. Take that long-awaited vacation or pay off high-interest debt like credit cards, student loans, or personal loans. Take advantage. Your home equity has never been higher. I'm Lisa Alley of Summit Lending. We are a business dedicated to complete transparency and committed to obtaining loan packages that provide the lowest rates on the market. Summit Lending is family-owned and operated, and our service level is unparalleled. Check us out online. Our reviews speak for themselves. We have our own credit line with our own bank and can compete with anyone. Every KFI customer has direct access to the president of the company. That's me, Lisa. And remember, we love our veterans. For a rate quote within the hour, call Summit Lending at 800-640-1350. That's 800-640-1350, or email me personally at goWithSummit.com. Once again, that's 800-640-1350.
MNLS number. DRE license number 0186475.
Hey, it's Neil. You know, renovating our home was one of the best things my wife and I did in the last year and a half. It just makes all the sense in the world to invest in your home and your family's comfort. Years ago, we called American Vision Windows. They installed these white French doors for us. They changed the flow of our home, brought light and backyard access to where there wasn't any. Recently, they put in new windows in our kitchen. They're gorgeous, not to mention efficient. The work is outstanding. We all know Bill Japanese stories. Horrible experience, replaced their own windows, started their own company. 20 years later, they continue to beautify homes with personal care, total attention. CSLB number 778-326. Trust the window company that I trust, my family trusts. American Vision Windows. You'll see the difference. Call American Vision Windows today. Get that free estimate, 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or check them out on AmericanVisionWindows.com.
John Cobalt and Jen Stampo, KFI, AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It's just reading that the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, is using state vehicles to try to hem in any Haitians who wander from the great site in Del Rio. 4 police vehicles. Yeah, it's using them to block the way. Del Rio's a town of about 35,000 people. They're saying they're getting overrun. It's become world famous. For a wall-made police vehicle. All right, now we're going to play some audio from David Trump. John, let's play who David Trump is. David Trump is a non-Trumper, an anti-Trumper. We had him on a long time ago. thought 7 minutes ago, and it was an unpleasant conversation. Did he not hang up? He may have hung up. I have this vague feeling that he did hang up. Yeah, that's what I subject. It was illegal immigration. Oh, because we were trying. He wrote some column about illegal immigration, and I remember saying, "Why don't you come to California? You don't know what you're talking about. We have millions of illegal immigrants here. Come here. We'll show you the neighborhood. We'll take you around. You can see how it's affecting the state." Because he is a snotty, arrogant know-it-all. What's really obnoxious is he was in the George W. Bush administration. And he's spent years now making money trashing Trump, writing books, writing columns. That's his money story. So it's like, wait, buddy, say what you want about Trump. But I believe he was writing some speeches to George W. Bush. So it's like, he's a Bush guy, bitter at Trump for blowing up the Bush dynasty.
And I'm looking at a story that links to him, and apparently he was disparaging the New York Post stories on Hunter Biden's business dealings.
Oh, yeah. They called him obviously bogus. Yeah, he's a Republican who has lost his mind because of Trump. And he's just obnoxious. And you'll hear it, because...
this is like the deplorables is what he does here, right?
Yeah. So this is about a minute and a half. He's writes for Atlantic Magazine now. And I still see his articles from time to time. And he's on some podcasts. So listen to it.
The Republican Party is an elderly party. It's the party of people with chronic health problems. I mean, one thing that was true in 2016, if you found a county where there's a lot of obesity and drug abuse, that's where you have a lot of Trump votes. So there's something compensatory, I think, about this cult of physical prowess. It's people who, at some level, feel physically weak, who are attractive, and who have even lost any, and there are all these weirdly homoerotic fan-ship images of Trump. And Donald Trump, who's just can't lift a glass of water, can't walk down a ramp, hasn't done meaningful physical exercise ever in his life, plays golf. The idea that you make this fetish about him, I mean, it says something about your needs. And we are not a physically healthy a country as we should be. And so the Republican Party has a special, and the Trump fringes have a special problem with personal physical health. And what I'm saying is just stop worshiping these people. And just go for a walk. Go for a walk. And stop eating with the fried food. Go for a walk and order the salmon.
Go for a walk.
Sorry, too.
Have you ever heard lazy? You ever heard of homoerotic? Yeah. I looked, like you said yesterday, Trump got 150 million votes. No. He got over 70 million out of
that's rubbish.
He got more votes this time than last time. I looked it up. He won 2,496 counties. And I guess they're all full of fat drug abusers. Fat drug abusers, right. Wow. Apparently, 70+ million people are fat drug abusers in David Fromm's bizarre world. He was special assistant to George W. Bush for economic speechwriting. Do you remember at the end of the Bush administration what happened? The economy collapsed. It crashed. Well, the mortgage meltdown, right, because the Bush administration provided no oversight to manage it. All the banks and the mortgage companies were doing. That's right. They gave them free reign, and it screwed the entire economy. They're millions of people out of work.
Sorry for.
So this guy would write for Bush. I don't think Bush would be spelled wordy. But he thinks now, that thing is that guy, he represents much of the media thinks like that.
I think so.
They all think like that. Imagine what the progressive journalists think like that. This is a Republican. This guy's a big Republican and he's talking like that. Can you imagine the condescension? The haughtiness? The arrogance? It was the way he phrased everything.
I think so.
Kind of haughty. The nose in the air, looking down and talking. It's an inferior species. Get out, eat some salmon, take a walk. Eat some salmon. What a winner. I'll definitely not eat salmon either.
How about you keep him on?
That would have made him a bigger winner. He's almost maxing out a big arena, but if he said eat some quinoa,